The petal construction of the Astroflower. With the flower comes 10 petals for each sign. The base petals, 1 to 4, are concerned with the universal messages and the karmic path that we should be leading or exploring throughout our life. Petal 1 is the universal messages concerning our spiritual path. It is there as a guide as it interacts with the qualities and elements of that given petal. Petal 2 is the spiritual karmic path or mission that we have on this planet. The elements and the qualities will give us a descriptive of the sort of things that we should be exploring. Petals 3 and 4 are on the material side, with Petal 3 designated for the material karmic path or mission. This will concern work, housing, possessions and money. Petal 4 is those universal messages that is encouraging us along our karmic path. And this too will be influenced by the qualities and the elements. The transitional petals of 5 to 9. Petal 5, as in Petal 7, is the super subconscious, with the interactions with your guides on the creation front. What's best for you on the spiritual front? Petal 7, that other super subconscious petal, is the interaction with your guides on the creation front, but what is best for you on the material side of life? Petal 6 is what we call the inner sanctum. That is your true inner essences. Petal 8 and Petal 9 are the subconscious levels. Petal 8 is that subconscious spiritual path, that inner voice that comes from your guides, that gives you the heads up of how you should engage with a situation that as individual spirits we are in connection with. Petal 9 is that subconscious material path, that inner voice that comes from your guides as well, but in regards to the material world we live. Petal 10 is the interface. This is how we deal with reality that is around us, including the rising karmic path through our own spirit, and how we connect this to the reality of the outside world around us. The flow of the flower. From small acorns, as some people might say, as the karmic path is constantly evolving, so it filters slowly through the flower. In combining the two flows at the top in Petal 10, so therefore our spiritual and material karmic paths can meet in one consciousness through Petal 10. We do this as spirits in order to gain as many experiences for the Akashic Library, that is, the human understanding of the universe. Upon the earth, as upon yourselves, there is influences throughout the solar system. This takes into account planets, but mainly the sun, the centre of distribution for prana energy. The interaction between the flower elements and qualities with the elements and qualities that are produced across the earth and the solar system and throughout the universe will have ebbs and flows. The sun produces various types of wind, which is called prana or ki energy. These flows of energy can be seen as solar flares, coronal holes, filament eruptions, and cosmic rays, just to mention a few. As these solar winds hit different planets, so it will affect the elements within the Astroflower system. So if you have a sign that has lots of air, and there is a lot of cosmic rays, you will feel a lot more buoyant. The three winds directly from the sun, such as solar flares, coronal holes, or filament energies, correspond to qualities such as cardinals for solar flares, mutables for filaments, and fixed for coronal holes. But there is also a connection to the elements. Solar flares have a connection to fire energy, but also to air. Coronal holes have a greater connection with earth elements, but also with water. Filament energies have a connection to water. As the sun erupts and affects the elements coming through the earth, so it will affect your elements within you. It will also affect your chakra system and your aura. Connecting these dots together will give you the heads up on how best to provide your life with the elements that it needs and the qualities that it deserves, excelling to be your best and encouraging your weaknesses to learn. Don't forget, life should be fun. It is probably the most important ingredient. So make sure you do have fun. Welcome to the Astroflower.